Alright, it is time for another garden update. It's been too long since I've done the other one, and we've harvested a lot sort of happened, so let's start from over here. Parsnips are looking good. I'm pretty sure all of them are going to be a decent size. Got a couple of broccoli down here, but both of them, well, all the broccoli we had this year just didn't do too well, that same sort of thing happened before when we last tried it. Over here we got the spring onion, which is doing really well. I've been eating quite a lot of that with the stir fries, just coming up whenever I need it and just chop it up and throw it in there. I quite like using that, and onion as well at the same time. And then in here are the potatoes that I've already just stuck my hand in and grabbed a few out just to see, and there's some in there, so that's good. I don't think there's going to be as much in the as compared to the ground patches, but that's fine. In here we've got all the tomatoes, sorry, and then a few peppers over here that probably didn't have the best going on. These over here didn't have the best light, so I don't know how well they're gonna finish off, but we'll hope. More tomatoes over here. Cucumbers going well at the back here. Always like cucumbers, they grow. They just look pretty cool, just seeing that full cucumbers just hanging off like it's nothing. But yeah, I've already had a couple off over there. There's probably going to be like another 5 or 6. Garlic has been harvested from there and from in here. The only thing that hasn't is the elephant garlic, but we're going to leave that for a bit because I think it will get bigger. Here we've got our carrots doing well. I think these will take longer compared to the ones that we bought that are in front of the cabin, because they were sort of further ahead, where these are a few weeks behind. So these will be fine to keep growing for a little while, and I think they get bigger, but I think these will be pretty good, pretty decent size. As you can see here, the potatoes have fallen over. We should have earthed them up a lot more, but now we know that for next year. So I've stuck my hand in and got potatoes out of each 3 of these. Got the new potatoes, the King, the Maris Pipers, and then the King Edwards. And yeah, I've got potatoes out of all of them. I've only tried to just grab one of each basically, so there should be quite a lot within that. But we'll move down to the rockery area, which will come from a little top view first. You can see our broad beans are dying off, but we got loads of them off of here, and there's still, to be fair, quite a lot going. So we know in future we only really need 1 or 2 of these. I mean, I don't really eat them, but if they're cooked I'll eat some of them, but I wouldn't personally just go and make them myself. But yeah, they've done really well, so happy with them. More carrots, same as up there. Definitely got more time, but I'm pretty happy. This one's more crowded. We're going to see how well they grow, if they can grow just as big as the ones up there. Obviously the soil was different. I mean, the compost is different, so that probably will affect it, but this one's a lot more crowded, so we'll see how that affects the size. The onions that I did actually better than I thought. The fact there was, like, we were supposed to split them apart and they still grew pretty big. I'll take that. And they've got more time to go as well. The ones at the bottom of the garden, they can go now. I mean, they're probably past the ones at the bottom, but we'll get to that in a second anyway. So yeah, the onions all here. I mean, everything has done well health-wise and that, but it's just we've done a few mistakes. Here, courgettes, we've got loads of courgettes across the garden. All the plants done really well. We'll come over to the cabin patch. Let's get down. Oh, probably need to harvest them. There's loads of these that probably need to be picked out now. As you can see, this is when we bought them, we didn't realise they needed to be separated, or maybe they were supposed to be put like this, I'm not sure. But it doesn't seem the best way to grow personally. But yeah, I probably need to pull these out because they're just going to start getting all green in the middle from the chlorophyll starting up. So yeah, I'm going to have to start picking all of these and figure out what we're going to do for storage and that. Actually, further down here they're probably not as bad, because these are actually, I think, round about here. So we've got all that around about here, it stops, and then there's more of the ones that we seeded, but we just had to move down here, so there wasn't enough room in the planters to have it. So these ones will take a bit longer, but all these guys I can probably just harvest this now. I mean, the fact that it's growing these flowers, I guess, means it's pretty much ready to rumble. And we've got all this swede. Had a rough start with all the whitefly and other issues, but you can see poking out there. a nice Swede, so I think we'll do pretty well on them. And then the sweet corn here just beasting. So I was worrying, I was like, these guys are not producing anything. I mean, they're getting pretty big, but they're not producing anything, so I got kind of worried like maybe they're not going to do anything. But apparently when you start seeing these guys here, then there should be sweet corn ready to harvest within 20 days apparently. So there's a few, probably like 5 of these plants that are in this mature state, so hopefully soon we'll see some sweet corn. But it is a beast patch, I think, for a first time sweet corn patch right there, with just some carrots put in the bottom. Right over here it's super crowded. Got a bee on the runner beans. You can see pretty cool ones there. Coming down, I've got some brock. Actually got some broccoli. Down there we've got a pumpkin from our pumpkin that's sort of just increasingly finding its way further out. It's just going up here. We were trying to actually stick it up the hill, but it's going round. But yeah, we've got some more, probably some courgette plants hidden underneath there, but right now I don't really think I want to try and get in there. Got some more peas. We've been picking a lot of peas. Probably had like 3 bowls worth. Definitely got more peas than I thought. I thought they wouldn't stretch as far as they did, but you actually get a good amount. So maybe next year we'll do a full row of peas. Yeah, we've actually got quite a lot still to go. Okay, let's go to the last patch. As you can see, more pumpkins getting ready to grow. Oh, there's one in there. It goes all the way through the middle of this. Trying to see if there's any more I can see. Okay, just coming past Hannah right now. Coming down to the front of the garden. We harvested all the carrots that were here, but a lot of them got munched by bugs and kind of left in this sort of state. So a lot of them have perished. They were pretty weird shaped ones, to be fair. These ones we got shipped to us. Well, I say shipped, you know, not across country or anything, but just sent to us by an organic company. For some reason, it must have been something to do with the soil down here, or just around here there's more bugs. I don't know. But yeah, we've got probably about 12 carrots that were fine, but the rest were kind of messed up. Got a lot of chard that we've pretty much just been feeding the chickens. I mean, I don't eat it. I don't know if my mum eats it. She probably does a little bit. I guess she wouldn't grow it. Oh, they're all running down for a bit of chard. The one right next to it's like, nah, I'm good. Ruby's like, nah, give me some of that. Anyway, some courgettes. We probably had about, oh god, that's a big one. God damn, I didn't even notice that. Look at this size of that. Shh. We've already had quite a lot from here as well. But there's just more. And I don't like courgettes either. But again, I can eat them. If there's in a ratatouille or something, or you know, it's just, I wouldn't choose to eat this over a lot of other things. But yeah. I didn't realise there was an absolute beast in there. Kind of like my Auntie Margaret used to do back in the day. But I was small then, so I don't know if I was just so small they looked bigger. Oh, the tomatoes are actually doing really well as well now. We had to defoliate the tomatoes quite a few times because inside it was getting really dense with all the leaves and that, and we didn't want like a bunch of microclimates in there causing a disturbance really, and bugs just festering up in there, and what else could happen. So down here, more swede. I think we're doing pretty decent. Oh, that one looks like it's been munched up in some sort of way. So we're gonna have to look into this. But yeah, you can see the white fly really affected the swede and the broccoli the most. And the courgettes a little bit, but not as much. Here, I don't even know what this is. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what that is. There's some broccoli in there. Oh, there's some beans in here. Maybe they're French beans. Yeah, I think they're French beans. So actually they're looking pretty good as well. Strawberry plant's getting bigger here. Not getting that much off it this year, but that's kind of expected. There's a huge one there that's been munched up, so that sucks. But that's our fault. Not catching it earlier. To be honest, I thought we got most of the strawberries on here and it looked like there wasn't going to be any more, so the fact that there is more on that one kind of surprised me. But yeah, this one's pretty much done for this year. There's not too many. You can see some coming through, but not on the bottom. I've got most of them. And here's the onions that are all done. You can see the seeds coming through, so we can use these whenever we want, and we probably should pick them. So, oh, and a few more spring onion and some down there too. So that is the garden update. It's been a while, should have done more, but whatever. It's getting to that point now where we need to start looking at videos of harvesting and how to store and what sort of, I don't know, containers and stuff to put things in and where to put them. So yeah, that's the next stage right now. And the chicken is starting to eat the tomato plant. Here we are with the peas. Do you want to say what we're doing?
Just split them open. Looking good.
There we are. Let's see how many we can get from here. Probably do about two dinners and it's all gone. Gonna pick some more broad beans too. I've already gone through a decent amount of these and there's still quite a lot left, so let's pick some of these guys off. Right here.
Why does he not?
That one's got a bit of it in its back.
Oh yeah, it does. Why does he not want to do?
He's thinking, I'm gonna attack this guy. I don't even think he's getting bullied out. I think he's just choosing, like, I don't even want that.
I don't even want no grass. I hate vegetables.
These guys are like, yeah, let's go.